Oh yeah, man, we got a lot of flavor tonight. Shucky ducky, quack quack. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, and it doesn't matter if I give zero fucks about NXT, because Mr. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack Booker T, he has one reason to care, and I don't care what show he's on, whether it be NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Shitey Evolve, AEW, TNA, you put Booker T on a show, you put the five-time WCW champion on a show, and he is automatically going to make it 5 times better. And that's what he did with this NXT. And you're probably thinking, well, how do you know Booker T made NXT better? That's because this is not a recap. This is a review. Aye, so you guys that wanted wrestling reviewed, you guys wanted wrestling to survive and live on this channel, we're back. We're alive. We've got a vital sign. And we ain't going to die any time soon. Right, let's start the show. So we've got Trick Williams. He's in the Trick Williams, like almost plural, even though there's only one of them. But anyway, he's in the production truck. He is not really smashing things up. He's just kind of in there, throwing his weight around, saying that I'm the man, I'm the guy. Ricky Saints was lucky. I'm Trick Williams. I run NXT. So, aye, he's basically bullying all the guys. He's making his way to he's pushing some people, and you've got Vic Joseph. Booker, how can you think this is all right? How can how can he do this? This is not okay. And Booker T's like, come on, man, I ain't gonna, that's a grown-ass man. I ain't apologizing for a grown-ass man. And Trick Williams, I mean, we need Booker T to maybe get incorporated. But why not bring up Trick Williams to the main roster and have Booker T be his father-in-law or something, or his manager, or do something? I mean, come on. Booker T was in the hood. Who knows? Maybe one of those stints in jail, he knocked somebody up and they got pregnant on the outside and he didn't know about it. And it turns out that Trick Williams is his son. That could happen. That could be a possibility. I mean, if Kurt Angle can have a black son, why can't Booker T have a black son? It's more realistic. Anyway, these guys need all the help they can get. I actually like Trick Williams, but Trick Williams, you take away Booker T from this show, and you just have Trick. See if Trick Williams is coming out on Raw with Michael Cole commentating for him. He's fucked. He's beat. He's got nobody to put him over.
I like it. Yeah.
But when you've got Booker T, he's got a chance. So I like Trick Williams, but Booker T's the man. Trick Williams says, I beat him like a drum. He wants a rematch against Ricky Saints. Ava then comes out and says, why can't we have a conversation like adults? Because adult conversations fucking suck. See, in wrestling, why can't we have fights like adults without security? Break it up like 99 times out of 10, which is the same amount of times Trick Williams says he could beat Ricky Saints. I guess Ricky Saints was just lucky that one time that he can't do it. It was at Halloween Havoc. Anyway, that is it. Basically, he wants to shop, and Ava Rain is there to just ruin things. So they get into a brawl, massive brawl, and of course security come out to break them up. So that's it. Ricky Saints says, whoa. Real big talk from a guy that got his ass beat on Saturday. They brawl, security come down to break it up. I am sick to death of fucking security in pro wrestling. Like, people think I'm exaggerating. I say this happens like 3 or 4 times a show. It literally happened 3 times tonight with just these two. Just these two. So think, and if you count...
Just these two?
Aye. Security broke these two up. Just these two tonight, on 3 different occasions. And that was...
Fuck, there they are again.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, once would be bad enough. Twice is unforgivable. 3 times is Shawn Michaels deserves to get his wonky eye or his sweet chin music to his skull.
Right, next we've got an Axiom Jasper Troy vignette. I'm not even going to bother fucking wasting time on that. First match, Axiom versus Jasper Troy in the finals of the WWE Men's Speed Championship Tournament. We've got Speed titles being defended. We've got Evolve titles being defended. We can sit here and say that Mercedes Moné's got 12 belts and none of them mean a fucking damn. How many of the belts that we've seen tonight mean a damn? WWE's got the exact same problem. There's just belts galore. I mean, you look at the roster, and I don't mean the NXT roster, I mean the roster, the WWE roster. Let's say you've got like 200 people across Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. About 10 of them deserve to be champions, but you've got about 50 belts. So straight away, You got like 40 people that undeservedly have belts, and then you got to have about another 40 people that are undeservedly challenging for belts. So having all these belts, in my opinion, it's just a fucking disaster. I mean, somebody thinks that, oh, but if they compete for belts, then they'll get over. You don't get over competing for a belt. You only get over competing for a belt if A, the belt matters, and B, the belt holder matters. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you could bring out a random 100 fucking belts for a bunch of jobber companies and stick them on every person in NXT, and it's not going to do a damn thing for them.
It's like hyperinflation, folks, right?
Aye, the dollar became...
People talk about, oh, why don't we just print money and give everybody money? Because then it becomes worthless. And it's the same fucking instance with belts.
I think that's the best analogy you've ever had, to be fair. I think that's actually legit on the money.
No, but that's what it is, so.
Belts we've got to the point now where there's just too many belts that do not carry the same value as they used to have.
Yeah, no fucking damn right. And
if everyone's got a belt, then it doesn't feel special. It doesn't matter. If everybody's got $1 million, then you know, if the dollar becomes worthless, just like the belts have become worthless, then having it means nothing.
And they just don't know how to handle it. You look at the invasion in 2001. They did. I would argue there was too many belts then, but when three companies combine, I can forgive it.
Yeah, but what did McMahon do? He quickly combined them.
Aye, yeah. Belts get unified, brand splits, you name it. He fixed it. You're looking at fucking 2020. I mean, the developmental brand, as you pointed out, is looking at like four. Well, they're labeling it as 4 different brands, but ultimately what it is like brands, companies, you name it, combined.
I think NXT should have 2 belts, 3 at the most. I would have the men's NXT title and the women's NXT title, and then maybe there's a room for a tag team, but I'm not even convinced at that. Look at ECW. I know people are going to say, well, ECW is a 1 hour show.
What the fuck is he wearing, by the way?
Don't know, but I know people will say that ECW is a 1 hour show and NXT, but ECW had 1 belt throughout its entire... Yeah, you got the odd SmackDown belt defender on it once they had the partnership thing, but ECW, for the most part, had 1 championship, and that just made that championship feel more important, that was the only title in ECW.
Absolutely.
And I think by default, see NXT, see if it only had 2 titles, the NXT Women's and the NXT Men's Championships, I think that they would automatically feel more important.
No, absolutely. And I think you've seen that probably back in the day with NXT, the less belts they had, it did feel more important. Well, that's when NXT had better people on it, allegedly.
Yeah, right. Then we get Ava talking to Sol Ruca, says that, well, you're not medically cleared to compete. What do you want to do? Do you want to have Saria continue to defend the WWE Speed title for you? Sol Ruca's like, no, I'm a fighting champion. This belt needs to have a fighting champion. We need a fighting division. I'm going to vacate the belt and I'm going to concentrate on my rehab. Saria's upset. She's like, no, I can do it. And Sol Ruca gives up the belt and she says that she's going to focus on her rehab, and when she comes back stronger and better, she's going to win back both of these belts because she never lost them. And that's like a dig at Saria, and Saria walks off in the huff, and Sol Ruca, you know, she officially gives up her Speed title, and Ava says there's going to be a WWE Speed Women's Championship starting next week on NXT.
I've seen better acting in a special school, man. Honestly, how can these people that have been in... Yeah, I don't know the exact amount of years they've been in the business, but they've been in NXT a while, they've been in TNA a while. How can you have years under your belt and produce this level of fucking drama?
But who gives a fuck? Oh, it's NXT Speed Championship next week. I mean, who cares? It's some worthless belt.
Yeah, but...
It's an absolute... It's a pile of shit. It's a strap that does not mean nothing. See, if I was walking down the street and I seen the NXT Speed title lying on the floor, when they bothered to bend down and pick it up, I would just walk over it.
There's not many belts I'd bother to pick up, man.
Anyway, belt isn't worth a shit, and to me, it almost it devalues the NXT North American Women's Championship when she's carrying that belt around like it means something.
No, I know. It's just there's too. You're right. There's fucking far too many belts.
See, Booker T, he just gave the US title to back in the invasion. He just gave it to Canyon, and I think that made the belt seem better. Why does Booker T need 2?
I remember Randy Orton and Booker T were fucking just giving each other matches against Benoit in that Best of 7 series.
I think the only way having 2 belts works if one of them's a tag team.
Yeah, no, I agree. But no, but the acting here's the problem for me. Saria is a fucking goofball. The just fucking couldn't act in any make it way believe. But then, is it any wonder, right? We just seen a vignette yesterday where Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and Punk made it look like the most unnatural thing ever on a poker table, and they're the guys on the big bucks, they're the quarterbacks, they're the mongoloids. So is it any wonder that in NXT you see a bunch of fucking jobbers unable to act?
Name me one guy that had 2 belts for a prolonged period of time. Booker T comes in, gives the US belt to Canyon. I think Michaels had the WWF title and European belt, and he laid down and gave the European one to Triple H. It just doesn't work. You can't, especially if you've got a world title. See, if you've got the world title, then you don't. It's different, I think, if you've got the European and Intercontinental. I'm pretty sure Angle had that back in the day. But if you've got the world title, why would you give a fuck about any other belt? Point is, I don't think double champions have really elevated anybody or elevated any belt. I think it only makes sense when it is someone that holds a singles title and a tag team title. That's the only time where I really want to see somebody having 2 belts. So, yeah, Sol RUCA wants to win both of them back, but one is fucking worthless. So, why would you care about the speed one? The only one that really matters is the North American one, and even then, let's be honest, that doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. It's development. Right, we get TATUM Paxley's celebration. She says, oh, I did it, a loser like me, a little person like me, someone that's a little too trusty, someone that's a creepy little weirdo. I can be NXT champion. That means anyone can be NXT champion. And then she brings back the Halloween Havoc wheel. We didn't get it at Halloween Havoc, but we're getting it on NXT. Izzy Dame doesn't want her to spin it. She's like, oh, are you sure you shouldn't do this? I think you should make people earn the title shot. And then Sean Spears says, Izzy, your name's not on the wheel. And Izzy's a bit surprised by this, but TATUM says, nah, I'm not going to let our friendship come to an end. I'm not going to let a belt come between me and you. That's why your name's not on it. I would never fight you. Then she spins the wheel, and it is Lola Face that gets the victory. So Lola Face is going to be the champion tonight because her name landed on the wheel. Then we see Trick Williams looking for Ricky Saints backstage. We then get Kendall Gray with Ren Sinclair versus Lash Legend for the WWE Evolve Women's Championship. Kendall Gray wins, retains the belt again. Evolve title means fuck all. Why is it happening on NXT? Just a waste of a match. And more belts just devalues the belts that matter. Now you could argue there's no belts that matter on this show, but still, TATUM Paxley then runs into Lola Face backstage. Lola congratulates TATUM Paxley, and we're going to get the match later on tonight. So here we go. Then we get the third match, Miles Bourne versus Tavian Heights. Boring match. Miles Bourne wins, and then at the end of it, we get another brawl between Trick Williams and Ricky Saints, and once again, security has to break up. Just way too many brawls, honestly. We don't need this shit. Fourth match, TATUM Paxley with the Killing versus Lola Face. Match doesn't last that long. Interrupted by Jacy Jane and her 2 little sidekicks. And they do a beatdown, fatal influence, and gang up on Paxley and Lola Face and leave them laying. So there you go. Then we've got that idiot Vic Joseph. He says that tonight we've got 3 different titles for 3 different brands on the line, and it's a huge deal, and that 3 titles haven't changed hands in NXT since Stand and Deliver. And then he also compared this title match to, he compared Lola Face getting an opportunity by TATUM Paxley to Bash at the Beach 2000 when Booker got an opportunity, and that just made me throw up a little bit in my mouth. I mean, honestly, comparing Bash at the Beach 2000 to anything in 2025, wrestling fucking sucks now. So yeah, no, just trying to compare WCW as if NXT is on the same level. Disgusting. Anyway, match ends in a no contest. We then get a Blake Monroe promo where she is in the bathtub and you've got her body being covered up by the bubbles. Someone needed to blow away those bubbles. Anyway, she's putting on makeup, says that the NXT North American Championship is hers, it's her mirror, and then talks about some other stuff. And then we got like the camera cutting in and out where it almost showed her as like a demon, and she says that anyone that takes this belt away from her, or anyone that tries to, she's going to basically ruin their life. And she took everything away from Soul, and she'll take everything away from anyone that tries to win this belt. I mean, it was an all right promo. She says she's got her first defense is going to be in New York City, and nothing runs brighter or darker than Blake Monroe. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was all right. Blake Monroe naked in a bathtub. It didn't suck. I'll tell you that. We've got NXT Gold Rush. It's going to be in 2 weeks, so that's the big show, I guess. It's going to be run over 2 different days, though, so it's going to be on November 18th and on 25th, so a bit strange, but it is what it is. We then get Siobhan Evans talking to Leon Slater backstage. Did not give a single shit, didn't listen to anything they had to say. Next week it's going to be Fatal Influence taking on TATUM PAXLEY, Izzy Dame and Lola Fice in a 6-woman tag match. We then got Kelly Kincaid doing a parking lot interview with Sol Ruca and Saria. Sol can't stand seeing Blake with her title. Saria tells Sol that she's entering that Women's Speed Championship tournament. And yeah, basically Sol Ruca's going to try and just get better, recover from rehab, while Saria's going to, I guess, win the Speed Championship. And I mean, who knows, who fucking cares at this point. Last match, main event, Kalani Jordan versus Jordan Grace. Why is Jordan Grace fighting for the TNA title when she left that company? She left TNA to go to WWE NXT because she wanted to go to supposedly bigger and better things, and now she's back competing for the title of the company that she wanted to leave. You know, it just makes no fucking sense. And also TNA getting absolutely cucked out here, having their belt defended on an NXT show by 2 NXT wrestlers. Could not make this shit up. Once again, Ricky Saints and Trick Williams brawl. One of them goes through the barricade or whatnot. Ava Raine comes out and says, 2 weeks, last man standing. She sucks, what can I say? And then Kalani Jordan hits Jordan Grace with the belt to retain her title. Heel turn. And still champion. Congratulations. Nobody cares, honestly. Why don't they just take the belt off Kalani Jordan? Well, I know why, because they pretty much want every NXT wrestler to have a huge part on TNA, and they want to hold the TNA titles. I mean, look how long the Hardy Boys held the NXT tag team titles for, about 2 weeks, and they got them back. But when a NXT person holds a TNA title, they hold it for months and months and months. I mean, Trick Williams literally had it for a shit-ass long time. And I wouldn't be surprised if Santana, when he does lose the TNA title, I wouldn't be surprised if he loses it to an NXT guy. But anyway, I like Trick Williams. I like Blake Monroe. 2 people that I think would be more than good enough to be on the main roster. Lola Fice is hot. Tatum Paxley's hot. Izzy Dame's hot. There's a lot of hot chicks on this show. Ricky Saints is not a believable champion. Trick Williams is too good for NXT. And that's pretty much it. We've got 3 women's title matches from 3 different brands. I mean, who gives a shit? TNA title, Evolve title, NXT North American, or that, I don't even know, that one wasn't on the line. It was the NXT Women's Champion. Just all these belts, too many belts and not enough stars to fucking hold them. So, yeah, that's the problem that we've got in professional wrestling today. As for this show, guys, meh, it was alright. I don't know, I say it was alright. It wasn't. It kind of sucked. I don't like the repetitive brawls. Booker T on commentary is good. I like Trick Williams. I thought the Blake Monroe vignette was pretty good. Tatum Paxley's alright. I did think the promo was a bit cringe, but it is what it is. I'll give NXT a 3 out of 10. So there you go, guys. A 3 out of 10. A poor show, but certainly not worse than Raw or SmackDown. So I'll give it a little bit of credit in that regards. But there you go. That is it. We've got NXT Gold Rush in 2 weeks' time. Till next time, peace.